Hi everyone, welcome to another Walk4ALZ event website video tutorial. Today we're going to be going over how to use the email function that's built into the platform that allows you to reach out to other people. This is something that's very useful for you to invite others to join your team, to sign up for Walk, to make a donation, and this can all be done through your fundraising page. So we're going to be going over a couple of different things. But to get started, let's go ahead and log in. So as you can see, it will take you directly to your fundraising page. And we're going to focus on two particular tabs here on this page, your contact book and your email, both of which are related to how to send emails to people that you want to reach out to. But let's start going over the contact book. So once you're in the contact book tab, towards the top, you'll notice that there's an import contacts button. I've already added a few people, as you can tell, but this is the option you can select to add additional people that you want to email. Once you click on that, it's going to bring up a couple different options from where you can pull that information from an existing Gmail account, Outlook, AOL, etc. You can actually also upload it through a spreadsheet. That's the Upload CSV button. You can do it that way as well. This is a good option if you're adding a lot of people or multiple people at a time. It makes it a lot easier versus trying to add a single person one by one, which you can actually also do. We'll be going over how to do that, but this makes it a lot easier when you're trying to add a lot of people or even multiple people in one go. So I'm going to go ahead and select the Gmail option since that's the account that I'm using, or my main email account. I'm just going to search for a name here so I can add them. And it's going to give you a little import email addresses confirmation message to let you know that you were able to add it or add that person. After a couple of seconds, it'll refresh and I can confirm that that person is now on my contact list. Right now, I just added a single person just for the sake of the video, but you are able to add multiple people or at one time. You just have to select each person's contact information and then import. So that's one way you can add people through the import contacts button. You can actually also do it one by one or add them manually. If you click on actions and then you select the add contact option here, it's going to bring up a pop-up window where it says add a new contact. And then you can type a person's name and then their email. The greeting part, this will make a little bit more sense once I go over how to send emails, but you can keep it simple. You can just put dear and put the person's name. So I can just click add contact. It'll just confirm that the contact has been added, which I can also confirm once I've exited out of that window and then just look towards the bottom. I can see Thomas Smith and thomassmith@gmail.com. And then that's the greeting. Now, let's say I wanted to delete somebody from my contact book for whatever reason. I do have that option. I can just select their name, the little checkbox next to their name, and then go to actions and then delete. Then I can just confirm that I do want to delete this person. And there you go. I've deleted the person from my contact list. So that's basically the main things you need to know about the contact list. Now let's go into the email tab. So the email tab, this is where you're going to be able to access the email function to reach out to walkers that have already joined your team or people who have not signed up for Walk4ALZ yet and you want to reach out to them. As you can see, I've already sent a couple of different emails when I was testing this. And then right here, there's a couple options for you to send emails. For the meantime, probably the main one that you're going to be using is going to be the compose button. The new template, that's essentially if you want to create a new template for yourself that you want to use This is useful if you want to do something a little bit more customized. Let's go over the compose button first. First, it's going to send you to setup. Right here, we can see that you have two options. You can either select audience or custom audience. You might be wondering, well, what's the difference? Select audience, that is going to allow you to reach out to people who have already signed up for Walk. That's really the way to remember it, is select audience is referring to people who are already signed up for Walk. So you can select team members who haven't raised, so people who have joined your team but who haven't done any fundraising, or you can actually reach out to past donors who haven't donated to the fundraising page. If you want to send something to people who have not signed up for Walk4ALZ or don't have an account yet, you would select the custom audience button. Right there, that's probably going to be where you start, especially if if you don't have a lot of people on your team. You want to make sure you're selecting custom audience. From there, you're going to have the option to add recipient, and that's going to pull any contacts that you have already in your profile. So as you can see, it's already highlighted the people that I have in my contact book. I can either select all or select each person individually to send them an email. So I'm just going to add myself here, and you'll see the email of the person that's selected and their greeting. So basically, greeting meaning that at the very top of your email, this is the first line that's going to appear in the email just to say hello to them. Whatever was your greeting when you first added that person, that's going to be the default greeting. So most likely it'll be something like dear first person's name, followed by the body of the email. Again, you can add multiple people here, so you can send them an email all at one time. So like, let's say I wanted to add two people here. I just would make sure they're both selected and then add selected here. Moving down from the recipients section, you can go down to select your email template. So here it gives you the option of adding templates that have already been preloaded into the platform. For example, Walk4ALZ invite, outreach to potential donors. And what it's going to do is once you select that template, it's going to auto-populate the messaging that's in that template and modify it according to the person. You can see there's a standard message here, and there's a couple of sections here in this template in the Walk4ALZ invite, which is just a general email that you can send to invite people to join your Walk team and to become a part of Walk. For example, you can see here it's already auto-filled my team name. It's already auto-filled my fundraising page here. So there's portions of this template that will automatically fill out according to the information of the sender. So for example, my first and last name as well. You can modify this however you'd like. You'll notice that there isn't a greeting. You don't need to add a greeting because that greeting is already included here at the top when you send it to each person. So that will auto fill out on its own. And you'll see that when we move on to the next couple of steps. Again, use this template, modify it if you like. You can customize portions of it if you want to get a little bit more personal or just add your own information. So if I wanted to add, let's say, a little bit of information here at the top about who it is that I'm walking for, I can just start typing that in or delete it. So once you're satisfied with your message, you can just click next down here. And that's going to give you a little preview of who the recipients are, what the content is, so you know what to expect for that person to receive. So for example, I can see here are the recipients, here's the subject, and then dear. So what's here in between the little arrows, that's basically just something that's going to auto-fill out using the person's information. So it would be, for example, dear Rose, dear Aaron. That's going to send out individually according to each person's name. So Rose wouldn't get the email addressed to them as Dear Aaron. It would get addressed to their first name, Dear Rose. Aaron would get the email addressed to them as Dear Aaron, and so on and so forth. Once you're ready, you can click send. You'll get a little pop-up message confirming that it has been sent and the amount of emails that have been sent according to the number of recipients. You can click OK. And then after a couple seconds, this will refresh to show and display the emails that you've sent. So we'll organize it by subject, number of recipients, and what it was sent, and the status. So right now, since I just sent it, this might take a couple of seconds to refresh here, but it should send to whoever it is that you marked as your recipient. So basically, you can either use your own template or select an existing template. I would highly recommend using the Walk4ALZ invite template just to get started. It's a pretty general email and includes steps on how to join the team, how to make a donation, and also encourages them to share the word or spread the word about the event. So it's a good little starter email, especially as you're beginning your outreach to those that you want to join your team. You can get started by using this template. And again, you can make modifications to it. So for example, let's say you didn't want to include, information about donating right off the bat, right? Maybe you just wanted to focus on them joining your team. You can delete that portion and make it just exclusively about joining your team or however you want to customize it. And then just go through the steps of adding a person and making sure that they're able to get the message. This is a great tool for you to use, especially as you're beginning to reach out to the people that you want to join your team or make a donation or support the event in some way. So thank you for watching, and make sure to check out the rest of the video tutorials for other helpful videos on how to maximize your Walk4ALZ experience.